Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm Joe.
I'm Skyler.
And welcome to Wrestle Riot, the #1 wrestling debate talk show on YouTube that you are currently watching right now. On this episode, we're going to be talking about one certain CM Punk, Phil Brooks, making his return to hopefully AEW this Friday night. And we'll be giving our SummerSlam predictions with confidence points to determine who is the first ever Wrestle Riot World Champion. All right, let's get going, Skylar. Look in my eyes. What do you see? The cult of personality. All right. CM Punk is rumored to return. I mean, rumored, he damn well better. Return for debuting for AEW Dynamite this Friday on AEW Rampage. How excited are you, for this moment? The biggest moment probably in professional wrestling.
I don't know. It'll be cool, but at the same time, man, I think he lost his shock value in the UFC. I mean, he got his ass whooped twice. He didn't even belong there. He embarrassed himself. Like, I don't know how you could even be a fan of him no more. His believability is dead. He still could be a good wrestler, but I don't believe he could beat anybody. Like, come on, man. Who are you gonna win against?
Half of the Raw roster got beaten last month. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, CM Punk. See, it was
but half the Raw roster is not. Bobby Lashley in the Ultimate Fighting and kicked ass. Brock Lesnar went in the Ultimate Fighting and became champion. He went in the Ultimate Fighting and looked embarrassing. He only got in there because of his name, and then he embarrassed his name. To me, that's why he hasn't come back for so long. Because he was waiting for that to kind of die out.
I don't think so.
For 100%. Like, what was he doing? Making no money, chilling at home, doing nothing, making B-rated movies.
He's been making movies, okay?
B-rated ass movies. He doesn't even make movies.
Hey, that scary movie he did with Kiss the Girls was a really good movie. All right.
I don't even know what movie it is. I don't even know the title.
Kiss the Girls. Okay, go see it. It's on Netflix, but you gotta be in Canada to see it. I don't know. Anyway, see Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, the guys you mentioned, they're different. They're first of all, they are wrestlers that were collegiate wrestlers and everything. You expect them to do well in MMA. CM Punk, I mean, no one is watching that expecting him to win. We were just shocked that he actually made the walk. I mean, he got props from Conor McGregor mentioned it that, hey, I respect anybody that makes that walk down at.
He's got balls. I'll give him that. But we're talking about winning and losing a fight. That's what wrestling is about. Believability. Can I believe this guy could beat that guy? Maybe Kenny Omega. I don't believe he wins is not believable. Like, Kenny Omega's the champ of all these. This guy can't even beat some scrub. I don't even know who he lost to.
What do you mean who lost to?
Who CM Punk lost to in the UFC?
Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall actually a pretty good fighter. But anyway,
pretty good.
One guy
he's pretty good.
He's 0-1-1 because the other guy was on drugs and they lost.
Lucky him. They took one of his losses.
we got one less loss. All right, but here.
That's what they should chant. One last loss.
Man, listen. Wrestling fans don't give a crap about AEW. Okay, I mean,
I know
about UFC or MMA. Okay, all right. See, CM Punk's his character and his thing wrestling has never been I'm a big strong guy. I'm a big wrestler. His gimmick has always been he was a little man. The guy representing for the little man. The guy, the voice of the voiceless. The man that spoke up. I mean, fans, when they didn't like something in WWE, chanted his name. Even after he lost, the week after he lost, they were still chanting his name in stadiums. Okay? That's not going to bother them. I mean, the excitement.
I think the initial excitement is there. But what's going to happen after it's going to fade.
Sold it out.
It's going to fade. He'll be exciting in the beginning. It is big for AEW because they finally got a real star.
You got a weekend. Okay, the day after, you're gonna have SummerSlam, where probably the two biggest names. I'm not saying best. Two of the biggest names that WWE can put in a ring. Okay, Roman Reigns and John Cena, and no one's talking about it. Everybody's talking about Phil Brooks, CM Punk coming out on a 1-hour show on Dynamite. Okay, all right. This is big. Okay, CM Punk right now. WWE should be holding the needle right now as far as news coverage, but they're not, because everybody's excited about CM Punk, and CM Punk will not only come out but deliver, because when he cuts his first pipe bomb on I'm sure he's gonna have a lot to say.
No, I agree.
Right?
He'll deliver good promos, and then he'll get in the ring and he'll be like, "Yeah, right. You can't beat anybody.
He's gonna get in the ring and he's gonna put on great match. I mean, his first rumored match is gonna be against Darby Allin. That's gonna be a burner. Okay, all right. And when Daniel Bryan, aka now Daniel,
that'll be the big moment.
When he
that'll be the AEW's biggest moment. Daniel Bryan.
You're gonna have him, and
he moves the needle.
And
he moves the needle.
Who knows? On Wednesday, I think,
like Roman said, there's no needle moving on that guy. It is what it is.
And we'll get to that in a minute. But one guy who might be coming back on Wednesday, okay, is certain Adam Cole, baby. All right, because his contract is up on Sunday at 12 o'clock. So on Sunday at 12 o'clock, he can join his baby girl and go right to AEW. Okay, and tell Vince, see you later.
Collectively, that's big for AEW. Collectively, it's like Kevin Nash, Hogan, and Scott Hall all going to WCW.
Yeah, and
it's
everybody
big.
talked about WCW using old WWE stars. That wasn't their problem. I mean, that had them above WWE. WF at one time. They beat them for 86 weeks. Okay, well, the problem WCW did is they never merged to the new talent, to the next generation. I think AEW is going to take CM Punk, take Bryan Danielson, maybe Adam Cole, and use them to show the good qualities of a Darby Allin, of a Hangman Page. There's a lot of good talent there in AEW, and wrestling with these great wrestlers like CM Punk and the mic skills they're going to bring are really going to help that company grow, I think, into the future. It
could change the narrative of AEW.
I think it could,
but not CM Punk alone.
All right,
you gather all three of those guys, that's huge.
All right,
I think Daniel Bryan's a way bigger star than CM Punk.
Will AEW break a million viewers for a Friday show?
Oh yeah,
that's on a Friday night at 10 o'clock to break a million viewers. That's a champagne moment right there if they do that.
The other thing, and maybe not that night, but the following episode when everybody knows CM Punk is there.
I don't know.
Because you're right. At 10 o'clock at night, just the time alone could.
They were 800,000 last week. So
man, that's a lot of wrestling to watch in one night for a casual fan. Because you got your main fans, but then to break a million, you need to collect casual fans.
You know one thing about last week is SmackDown was a 2-hour show. Rampage was a 1-hour show. What do you think had the most time in wrestling? The most timed wrestling out of both shows.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're asking.
Like as far as
what
wrestling,
segment? The first hour of SmackDown, the second hour of SmackDown.
Take all of SmackDown, right? Against the 2-hour SmackDown, against the 1 hour of Rampage. Which show had more wrestling in it? As for wrestling in the ring, wrestling.
Actual match times. About wrestling. Oh, probably AEW.
AEW by 1 minute in a 2-hour show. They had that's how much.
Because WWE does a lot of talking.
Yeah, and like last.
But to be honest,
Dynamite was okay.
To be honest, and I know you do it because I've been in your house and watched wrestling with you. A lot of times we fast forward through the matches to get to the talking.
Oh no, I like the matches. When I was younger, I did. Now I'm more older. I enjoy the matches. I think
I enjoy the matches too, but not every one.
WWE, I don't like it because WWE has matches that are the same matches every week. I like watching AEW matches. To me, even matches that I don't feel like, this might be boring, turned out to be pretty good. All right, Skylar. Now, once CM Punk shakes the world, the following night we're gonna have SummerSlam coming from Las Vegas, Nevada, Alliance Stadium. The biggest party of the summer, as they say. We're gonna give our predictions. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Going In Raw. It's kind of like their style thing, so we're basically gonna take it from them. I like the idea. So we're gonna do confidence points. We're each gonna pick who we think is gonna win the matches, and we're gonna put confidence points, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, on who we think is gonna win. The winner of this match will be the first ever Wrestle Riot World Champion. I have the belt makers making the belt in the back. Hey, is that belt ready yet? No, it's not. Okay, they're making the belts. We're gonna have a brand new, pretty gorgeous Wrestle Impact. Wrestle Riot. It's Impact. Wrestle Riot Championship belt. It's gonna be better than the Big Gold, better than the Eagle belt. It's gonna be the #1 wrestling belt in all wrestling. And who's gonna be the first champion? Let's find out. All right, Skylar. First match, triple threat match for the Raw Women's title. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, and Nikki Arsh. Who do you have, and how many points?
I have Charlotte.
And how many points you have?
4.
4. Okay. I have Rhea Ripley for 1 point. I think
That's
Rhea
a tough
Ripley.
match.
I know.
That one's tough.
I think Rhea is more over. I mean, this can go either way. I don't, any 3 ways. I think Rhea is more over with the crowd, and I think having her as champion, I think Becky's probably going to come back, if not that night or the next night on Raw. So I think it's a good feud. Or you can start off with Charlotte, without the belt, and then she could fight Rhea Ripley. But
She could cost her the title.
Yeah, I like Rhea winning the belt.
All right, my prediction on that, why I predict that is because I think Vince McMahon wants Charlotte to stay. I think there's a chance that Charlotte's getting sick and tired of WWE. Her dad already is. So let's put the title on her so she doesn't want to leave. That's why I decided to pick Charlotte on that one.
Speaking of her dad, did you see that photo that supposedly was a Ric Flair yesterday?
No.
Oh, there was this guy on a train. I really can't tell you too much on YouTube, but there was a guy on a train, and he was eating on the train. Put it that way, okay? All right, he was eating some pie on the train.
Okay.
All right, and from the back, it looked like it was Ric Flair eating the pie on the train. If you know what I'm saying. Right? But I digress. Well, all right. Now, the next match of the night, which I hope is on the pre-show. Okay, Alexa Bliss against Eva Marie. All right. I have my Alexa talks whenever I say Alexa Bliss's name. I have Alexa Bliss 10 points because if she loses to Eva Marie, what are we doing here? Okay, they might tear that stadium apart. Okay, if she loses. Okay, and plus she has a doll, so you can't bet against a doll. Vince loves a doll. I got 10 points on Alexa Bliss.
Wow, that's confidence.
Yeah, confident.
I got 5.
On Bliss?
On Bliss.
All right. Next up, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jey Uso, going up against Rey and Dominic Mysterio. Skylar, who do you got? How many points?
8. Usos.
8. I got 9 Usos. I'll tell you right now, I think there's going to be a turn here in this match. I think Dominic
he's going to turn on Rey.
Did you see on SmackDown last week when they were in the back and they were talking about losing about the match last week and like, Dad, we lost that match last week. He goes, no, son, you lost it.
Yeah.
What kind of father is?
If it wasn't for you, we would have won.
I think
you need to open the orange juice first.
I think it's a great heel turn for Dominic. I think the Usos win, and you keep them going. All right. Next up, probably will be the match of the night. We got the Radar Superstar Edge going up against Seth Rollins. Skylar, I have Edge 3 points. What do you have?
Edge 1 point.
Wow, only 1 point?
Man, that one's tough.
I
I think
mean,
that's the hardest pick of the night.
but
It can
here's
go
the
either
thing about
way.
this. Here's
It
the
can
thing
go
about
either
this.
way. I wouldn't be disappointed either way. And I
Edge,
don't think
Edge,
anybody would be. Edge would be very disappointed because he's come back and lost all his matches. But
yeah, that's why I picked Edge because I think who can afford the loss. Okay,
Rollins,
it's
he could.
it's Rollins. Rollins has a loss to other guys. He lost to Cesaro and Kevin Owens and everything, so he can afford a loss. Edge really can't. It would hurt him less. I'm telling you, I think Edge is going to win the match, and I think Edge is going to go into a WrestleMania match against John Cena. Okay, WrestleMania. That's why I think that's a possible thing that's going to happen. So I think
You
they're going
heard
to
it
keep Edge
first
winning.
right here on Wrestle Riot.
That's right.
Joey saying
Remember, you
Edge,
heard it here first. All right, but
Edge
I think they're
Cena.
going to have Edge win. This might be a feud going forward. There might be more. There might be more matches, especially I think Extreme Rules next month. So that could be a rematch. But I think Edge will win the first one in the big stadium, and I like Edge 3 points. All right. All right. Next up, we have Drew McIntyre going up against Jinder Mahal. Scholar, who do you got?
I got Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks to beat Jinder Mahal and Drew
Yep.
McIntyre.
No, I got Drew McIntyre.
How many points?
6.
6. I got Drew McIntyre 5 points. I mean, this feud has been a waste.
Yeah.
I think Drew wins
I'm not
that.
even excited for the match. I forgot that match was even happening.
I know. I think Drew wins that match. Goes to and then gets out of here and moves to get SmackDown and get driven on SmackDown. I'm not excited at all about that match. All right, next
Yeah,
up.
boring match. Boring match.
All right, next up for the United States title, you have Sheamus against Damian Priest. Scholar, who do you got? How many points? No, it's my turn. I'll tell you what I got. I
I'll
got
go first. Damian Priest, 7 points.
Woo! I got Damian Priest. 4 points. I think he should win, but some matches I felt more confident about, and they can try to make it try to make it a chase for him to get the belt. Might not get him the belt right away. All right, the next match is Rated RK, bro, going up against AJ Styles and Omos. Skylar, I got RK Bro with 6 confidence points.
I got RK Bro with 3 confidence points.
Oh, wow. Why so low?
Because I don't know, Omos. They have to be. I guess they have to be AJ to win it, because they're not gonna let Omos take a pin yet. They haven't let him fall down yet.
Yeah.
So that's my only is Omos. And maybe there's like, how long are they gonna keep this RK Bro going until they turn on each other?
Well, they kind of already did.
But I think eventually, I think Matt Riddle will eventually turn on Randy
Yeah,
Orton.
and I think they're pushing Matt Riddle to one day be the champion. I think he's the
Oh
next
yeah,
guy coming.
he's the next big thing.
So this is a big moment for him. Have him win the title with Randy Orton. I think you can have almost feuding with AJ Styles after this is over. They want to give him a single push. There's no really tag teams for him to fight anymore after this. I like the RK Bro story to keep going, and for them to get tag belts. All right, now next up we have Bobby Lashley going up against Bill Goldberg. The match will probably be shorter than it'll take our time to announce our picks. But who do you got, and what do you think? How many
I
points?
got Bobby Lashley, 10 points.
All right, I got Lashley with 7 points. The only reason why it's not any higher, because I'm afraid of a cash in. If I don't know what's happening with that briefcase.
But Bobby Lashley, I think the match will still end.
Who knows?
It wouldn't be a cash in the middle. I don't think they'll do that.
All right. Or let me tell you something.
So what happens to our points with that? What if there's no one
Then
winner?
we both lose it. We go like I said
Okay.
points, so it doesn't even matter. No, you had 10, right?
Yeah.
So you rescued 10 points on that. So you will lose 3 points on that.
All right. So go ahead.
Next
I think
up,
they're gonna let Bobby Lashley dominate Goldberg and win.
here's the thing on that though. Big E's dream match is against Goldberg. So if Goldberg wins the title, and I don't know if by then Big E will get the briefcase back, to have him go on there and cash it in on Goldberg, that might be a big moment.
Yeah, that's the only thing about the briefcase. They haven't said anything. Like he's bum ass Barry Corman still has it.
That was funny. Yeah, they actually showed it on a house show. Big E was trying to get it back, and Corbin kept on running. But maybe by SmackDown or by SummerSlam, he'll get it back. All right. Now, next up, Roman Reigns going up 1-on-1 against John Cena. Skyler, who do you got? How many points?
Roman Reigns, 8 points or 9 points. Sorry.
I got Roman Reigns, 8 points. I'm also afraid of a cash in here. Okay. Or I'm afraid that they might give John Cena the belt. Okay. And I'm more confident that Usos are going to win and Leslie's going to win than I am of Roman Reigns winning. But Roman Reigns should win the match. All right, final match. It may have been at WrestleMania. The much anticipated Bianca Belair against Sasha Banks. Skyler, I've got Bianca Belair, 2 confidence points.
Me
What do you
too.
got?
No, I got Sasha. No, Sasha, 2 points.
Sasha. So all this comes down is to the 2 women's matches. Okay, Charlotte or you have Charlotte. I have Rhea, which I only have 1 point. So if Nikki Arch wins it, that's good for me. And you have 2, right? So and then Bianca and Charlotte, 2 points, 1-on-1. So who's gonna be the first ever Wrestle Riot champion? Okay, will it be me? Will it be Skyler? Are you team Joe? Are you team Skyler? Okay, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Like this video, share this video, tell all your friends about us. We'll be back here next week. Skyler, are you excited for SummerSlam? Are you excited for CM Punk? Are you excited just for anything?
Excited for wrestling, period.
That's right. Hell Wrestling Weekend. Oh, and we also have TakeOver this Sunday. That match between Dragunov and Walter, that's gonna be a slap fest. Okay, I mean, if you see on NXT is Tuesday. Well, I mean, freaking Dragunov was bleeding, on a TV match.
Yeah, I missed what happened. Like I was watching, I must have did something with my kids or looked away for a minute. All of a sudden,
I didn't see it either. I think it was an accident, but
like I didn't see where he hit his head or what happened.
Yeah,
I know now that everything with blood on WWE is always actually they're bleeding by accident. Like they didn't mean that to happen.
Yeah, but I that's gonna be a hell of a match. I don't understand how Walter is not.
I think TakeOver is going to be just as good as.
I know.
Fucking
Might be Adam Cole's
SummerSlam.
last night. Might be.
So if Adam Cole wins, do you think that's a sign of him staying?
Yeah, he'll stay then. But yesterday he made a comment on his Twitch channel that he told his fans, "He listen, this ain't going nowhere." And supposedly WWE has told all the main roster guys to that they can't Twitch or stream anymore. So I don't know what that means. That mean and really to me on NXT in that little package they had, it kind of was really pro Kyle O'Reilly. It was more about O'Reilly than it was about Adam Cole. So I think this could be his final match. And I think it'll definitely be his final match in NXT. I think if he signs, he's going to the main roster. But if not, then I think he's coming to AEW.
What do you think the surprise of SummerSlam will be? An appearance by somebody that we weren't expecting?
I
Maybe
think,
Adam Cole comes and starts a feud with Rollins or something like that.
Well, they won't do that because I think takeover next night. I think you might see a surprise. You might see a surprise in the main event. You might see a cash in, or you might see Becky Lynch returning. Those are all possibilities.
Any
What
rumors
about
on
you?
Lesnar?
Lesnar right now, no. Lesnar right now has not. They have not. They're firing people and cutting the budget. So, they're not really offering Brock Lesnar a lot of money right now. So,
Well, they
Brock,
need something big to happen.
they'll get Brock when they need him, and they're not going to bring Brock Lesnar in for an unannounced thing. I mean, he's a pretty penny, and they're not going to bring him for an unannounced match. I mean, they're going to bring him. They're
No,
going to bring
I'm
him.
not saying he's gonna have a match, but what if Bobby Lashley smashes Goldberg and thinks he's the shit, and here comes Lesnar to smash him.
I don't know. It would be a good surprise. I really wish they would have done the match that way instead of having this Goldberg crap, but who knows?
I think that would be awesome.
I
But
hope that Bobby Lashley screws Goldberg.
I feel like WWE hasn't like surprised you with anything for a
No,
long time.
that's what I like about AEW is that sometimes you're watching, but you think you're watching a regular show, they'll surprise you. Sometimes they're big, sometimes they're not. But it's kind of, they have had a little bit of a surprise, almost every show.
But they have that ability right now. Anybody that joins them is gonna be like, whoa, do you see who joined AEW? WWE doesn't have that. They have all the stars.
They can
They're
still
getting the WWE guys that aren't staying or getting
they can still
fired.
surprise you a little bit.
Yeah, but not like AEW's at that exciting point in their the only thing that would be like WWE could do that'd be exciting is maybe if an AEW guy left and went to WWE.
All right, buddy. Well,
Like the only person I can see leaving AEW and going to WWE would be huge would be Kenny Omega. Other than that, I don't
no,
nothing.
Kenny Omega's a VP.
I know it would never happen, but that's the only guy at AEW that people would go crazy if he joined WWE.
Right now, the way WWE is being run right now, I mean, and the stars that you have, the good stars that you have there, and you're not using, why would anybody from, first of all, the AEW guys, a lot of them wouldn't do well in WWE system. So none of them, there's not one guy out there I would say, oh, they're gonna use me right. I mean, Nakamura is a perfect example. He was from New Japan. He wrestled, Kenny Omega and all them down there, and he wasn't used right. AJ Styles is a different story. He was, beginning he wasn't used right, and eventually, I think they made him champion. Made him win every belt. AJ Styles could be a champion anywhere he goes. So
Yeah, AJ Styles fits everything.
Yeah, but we'll see. Enjoy your wrestling this weekend, guys. It's gonna be a hell of a weekend. We're gonna enjoy ours, and we'll see you here next week. Skylar, say bye to the people.
Deuces.
Later.
Like and subscribe.